Hello and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to Socially Selective. I am your co-host, Jenny.
And I am Kaycee. And we still have Chava.
Because he broke up with us,
but
yes,
not,
but next
not
week
quite.
Not for long.
Yes.
Not quite. Not yet.
So today's episode, before we get into just some life updates, is going to be on interracial dating.
Yes.
We both have experience in this. I don't know if you have experience in this. I don't know if I asked. Chava?
Ask me. What is it?
Interracial dating. Have you dated someone outside of your ethnicity?
Well, no.
Okay.
Not
a little bit.
Okay.
I just
dipped your toes.
Dipped my
toes
it doesn't
in the
count
water.
if you just hooked up.
No, not
because
actual
you
dating.
didn't go through like
because dating is like a relationship.
Mm, yeah, oh no.
Okay, yeah.
I have not.
No, yeah, no. Well, we're gonna give some updates before we get into this saucy topic.
Yes.
I am going to Mexico next week. I know. So many trips.
What part?
To Mazatlan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm excited. It'll be a good time. We're just going to relax on the beach. We're going with Julio's mom. So it's going to be a fun little family trip. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
I'm excited. Mexico's always a good time, dude.
This is my first time going to Mexico for like
a vacation, like a tourist.
Because I've been to where my parents are from. Not the same though. This is going to be fun.
Oh no, you're going to have a blast.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on the beach.
Is that where they're from or why Mazatlan?
No, she has a timeshare there. So we're just going to go hang out. Yeah.
This is exciting.
I know.
I'm excited for all the pictures.
And then just so you guys know, because of this vacation, I am obsessively shopping.
Not because of this vacation. She's already an obsessive shopper.
No, but I feel that.
I have an issue.
Right. The day before I left to Mexico, I was like, I have no clothes. Yeah. I have to go. And I was going to the store and I would just pick things out.
Well, dude, even like for LA, I literally went for a weekend and I was like, oh my God, I need to go to Forever 21. Literally rushed over to the mall and I was like,
I'm like, is this what being a girl is like?
Yeah.
Just picking shit up.
I just have to look in my head constantly. I'm like, I need another one.
And then you imagine the outfit that you want. You're like, I'm gonna go get that.
But then you think, I need one for the morning. Then if we go out to dinner, need another one. And then you're like, if I'm gonna do something sporty, another one.
Yeah.
3 outfits in a day. Bikinis, 10.
Oh, easily.
Will I be there 7 days? Yes, but I will not repeat a bikini.
No. And you need a picture in all of them.
A picture. So with that being said, you guys, I am posting all my outfits on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok.
So cute. She posts all her shopping stuff.
And comment and like her videos
and
too.
interact with all my things. And I'll tell you where I got
viral.
everything. I'm trying to be a little influencer.
Me too.
If that can be my side hustle, I would love that.
We all are.
Yeah, we all want to
We're
be
all in this together.
And I'm going to be honest. That's what I want. So help me, please. And then also this weekend, I have one of my best friends' baby showers. She was on our pod a couple times. It's Kayla May.
She's pregnant.
Yes, she shared that with us on the pod.
Yeah.
So now she's about to burst.
Well, what is she having again?
She's having...
Do they know?
A girl.
A girl. Oh,
I got some cute stuff for you, Kayla. I'm so excited.
Baby shopping
With
is
that
always
being
fun.
said, I also shop a lot for friends because I have issues. But it's not a bad issue to have.
No. I feel like you're a giver, you know?
I love
and
giving. Yeah, that's my love language.
Is that your love language?
Giving gifts.
You love when people give you gifts, so?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so yeah,
I absolutely love it.
That's how you express it.
But it doesn't have to be like expensive. It could be like...
It could be a coffee.
one day bought me a chocolate.
Yeah.
Like C's chocolates. Oh my God, I almost melted. I was like, oh, I love you so much. Thank you for this. Thank you for these chocolates. Yes, it can be anything. Yeah, I love gifts. I love giving gifts.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm awkward though when I receive gifts. I'm just like,
thank you.
Thanks. And then they want me to open it. And I'm like, no, can I open this when I'm alone?
Oh, really?
Because that's how I feel. I'm a very like expressive person. So like, even if I'm like, I love it, you can tell in my face if I hate it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I know.
I'm like, you know.
And you have to say I love it to everything because our mama's taught us right.
Yeah, you're not going to be disrespectful.
One day, story time. Somebody gave me underwear for my birthday party. Like as a kid, so you know.
Okay.
So
no, that's funny.
So it was Dora underwear, and I was like, like grinning in my.
Yeah.
I couldn't pretend. And after my mom pinched me and she said, whenever somebody gives you a gift, you always say thank you and you pretend that you loved it. You act like it was that toy that you wanted, even if it wasn't. And I was like, so ever since that day,
she goes,
ever since that day, you have to pretend even if you get Dora underwear.
Yeah, you have to. No, because it's like, it's just polite. It's a gift. A gift's a gift.
But you can tell when they're little, like my niece had her birthday party and there was some presents like clothes and then she just looks at it and then like
throws it. Yeah. She's they don't care about clothes.
Thank you.
Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, this one toy.
They're like, let me open it now. And you're like, don't do that. Keep going.
Keep fucking going.
So yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah,
we all had those moments, right?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any updates though. I don't have any updates right now. Just working, gymming. You guys, I'm getting fucking muscular. Everybody hide your girlfriends. Not your boyfriends. You better hide your girlfriends.
Kaycee's like, I'm out.
And
ready to mingle with everybody.
Jenny's like, everyone's in danger right now.
Everyone.
But I might be going to brunch with Maddie and Martha.
Well, you guys are, no? You guys are going to Truckee.
Is it Truckee or
Tahoe?
South Lake? I don't remember, but we're going to brunch.
Same difference.
And I might go get petties with Jenny too this weekend before she goes on her trip.
Because you already know you have to prep.
Dude.
Petties, nails, wax, tan. I'm going to laminate my eyebrows.
Yes.
Curl my eyelashes professionally. So I'm excited.
Yeah, for Mexico,
no more
you
eyelash
have
extensions. So I was looking at her pics and I just don't think that they looked good on me.
What?
Yeah,
I love them.
No, I didn't love them. I was
maybe it wasn't your vibe.
I don't think it was the curl I didn't love.
That you liked.
Yeah, because I like straight, but so no eyelash extensions today.
Not today.
Yeah,
but her eyebrows 100% laminated.
Fleeky.
Watch out, fleeky. For Mexico, you have to though, because you don't want to wear a lot of makeup.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So you
just want to have sunscreen.
Yeah. Sunscreen.
And it's expensive to look beautiful. Julio's like, how much are you spending? And I was like,
don't worry about it, babe.
It's a couple $100.
Yeah. No biggie, yeah.
No big. It's just like $400.
Treat yourself.
You ever lie about how much you spend?
No, I'm the worst liar. Like, even if I wanted to, I would snitch on myself. Like, I'm that type of person. When I used to do bad things as a child, my parents would ask me and I would lie. And then they'd ask me again and I'd tell the truth.
Because it's so funny.
I can't.
My uncle came to visit.
Yeah.
And like they're old, you know, like they're 50, 55.
She lies.
And they're still lie to each other about like how much they're spending and shit.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like my uncle was spending hella money at the casino and he's like, nomás no digas nada. I was like, yeah, I got you.
He's like, dile que solo 20, okay?
Yeah,
solo 20.
Yeah, things like that.
You're like, yeah, add another zero to then. That's how much you spent.
Whatever he said, 2 zeros.
2 zeros at the end.
Well, it's just being married, you know? I feel like that's just what it is.
And I mean, they've been together for so long. I'm like, that's kind of cute.
Well, I told Julio one time because he told me I have a shopping issue. And I was like, we can either be honest and I'll share this with you.
Yeah.
Or I can lie to you and not tell you.
Yeah.
So you can pick, get mad and I'll be honest, or no, get mad and I'll lie, or be okay with it and I'll tell you the truth. And I love that.
And that probably was like, he was like, you know what? I don't want her to lie.
I was like, I work so much so I can buy things.
Yeah.
Things bring me happiness.
You should be able to spoil yourself sometimes.
Absolutely. That's why I still have 2 jobs.
No, it's okay.
It's probably
it's just the jacket. You can hear the squeakiness. Any updates from you, Chava?
I am not doing podcast anymore.
That's an
old
update
already.
But officially, I mean, we're still here.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, after this week,
my future self is doing good and not regretting my decision.
You can always come back.
Yeah.
To yours and ours.
I hope so.
Yeah. The door is always cracked for you.
Are you gonna be sad if we blow
Just kidding,
up?
It's open.
I am gonna be.
And you're gonna be like, oh my god,
not
ladies.
sad. I'm gonna be mad. Actually,
you can still hang out with us.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be salty.
Like, what if ladies take me back? We'll be like, Chava, but the person that helped us blow up was this.
You can now only be a co-producer.
Yeah, you can't take full credit. Sorry,
you're gonna have to share the crown.
I'm gonna be salty.
It's gonna be great.
I'm just joking. Not just busy. A lot of work.
Yeah, and
you've been thriving.
It's gonna be a good year.
Absolutely, your best year yet, and the next year even better. Every year.
For us.
Yeah,
level
manifest
up,
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Level
Every
Manifest
year,
it.
a new
Level up.
you,
Mm-hmm.
new income.
Manifest that shit.
More money.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's get into our topic. We're going to be talking about interracial dating. And the definition for this is it involves two people who belong to different races or racialized ethnicities. I think we both had experiences with dating different races. Yeah. I will let you go first for this one because I feel like I have a lot to say, but I
have
also
to think about it.
Yeah, I've had a lot of weird experiences with this.
A lot of our listeners have had some wild
stories
really?
as well. Yeah, most of them not good, but I'll share mine. So currently, I am engaged to Julio Mesa. And as you guys know, he's a Hispanic, beautiful, beautiful man. And so Julio's actually the first Mexican guy I've dated seriously. Like when you
had flings.
Yeah. No, well, when you're little.
Oh yeah, no. I honestly don't count
anything before high school.
No.
Oh my
gosh, no.
Yeah. So he's my first
boyfriend.
And I've only had like a couple real relationships. But yeah, so I love Julio. And I think I would like to say the differences between dating someone who is my ethnicity and someone who wasn't. So the biggest differences I've seen with Julio versus my previously white boyfriend that I had, he is able to communicate with my family, which is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom only speaks Spanish, as I've mentioned in previous pods. And she's the most important person in my life. And so it's really fun to see them connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Because my previous boyfriends, as much as they would try, they didn't speak the language my mom spoke. And so it was hard to connect.
Yeah.
As much as they tried, because I dated some amazing people in the past and they
really put their
effort. They were
there,
trying to learn Spanish for my mom and me. And so
that's so cute. I love
which
that.
is also
cute.
very cute.
Which is also very cute. Yeah. But it's not the same. So that's just a difference. We have the same culture. He knows how important family is in Hispanic culture. Family is everything.
Oh, yeah.
And so he understands when I have so many family parties on the weekend. And he's like, oh, like he's not surprised. Oh, there's another party. Like it's like, oh, yay, there's another party, you know?
He's excited.
Because my previous boyfriend was like, wow, you guys have a lot of parties.
You're like, yes, sir.
That's just life.
Yes,
life
we
is
do.
a party, yeah. And so it's not as surprising to Julio. And then also, I think one thing that I had to worry about in my previous relationship that I don't have to now is him feeling included in my family, because some of my family only speak Spanish. And so if you don't also speak Spanish, you can't connect with them. And so at parties now, I don't have to worry about Julio feeling like an outcast because he'll include himself and be able to talk to anybody versus
you felt like you had to kind of like
speak Spanish,
be there for him.
Yeah. I'd have to like be by his side all night just so he wouldn't feel weird.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
It's things you don't think about. And before Julio, my only serious relationships were with white guys. And so I didn't know that it could be like that.
Easier.
Yeah. That it could be easier. I'm not saying that dating outside your race is bad because all the people I dated were lovely.
Yeah.
But I do think it's different. It's just different.
It's different. And it is easier. 100%.
There are different challenges.
Yeah. My exes. So I've had, let's say, serious boyfriends. 3. Literally only 3. Flings, lots of them, but only 3 serious boyfriends.
What do you think serious is? Do you define that when they meet your family?
I want to say serious is when I'm willing to be your girl, because it takes a lot for me to be someone's girlfriend. Like I will have a thing with you for years. No, that hasn't happened for months, and like I won't be your girlfriend because I don't see you as boyfriend material. But if I'm like willing to be like, you're my boyfriend, like I see a future with you, so that's serious to me. And that's
what we're talking about in this. We're not talking about, I went on a date with someone
of a different race. No, that's not the same.
That doesn't count. You weren't dating.
But so my first 2 boyfriends were both Hispanic. And like you said, I loved watching them interact with my family because it was easy. Like they were able to joke around. They had the same sense of humor. Like it was great. And then
It was great.
It was great. Honestly, like my relationships were great. One of them was a little toxic, but overall it was a great time. And then my last boyfriend, he is Black, but he never got to meet my family or anything like that, and I never met his. I was supposed to, but then we broke up. That's all. Go back to our first episodes and you can listen to it. But I felt like I always felt nervous
to
like bring him around my family, just because of that language barrier as well. Because I mean, he's a great guy, like 10 out of 10,
and he loves Hispanic people,
and he loves Hispanic. Yeah, like you know, like.
So he would
have thrived. He would have thrived. But again, he doesn't speak Spanish. Yeah. My mom doesn't speak English. So that was always like it was a little scary.
But I think something to say to that, like if someone's willing to put forth that effort, no one's gonna not look at that. Like my mom absolutely loved when they tried to speak Spanish to her. She's like, I love that they're trying to connect with me. And so that goes a long way too, I think.
I actually, in high school, I like dated he wasn't my boyfriend or anything. That's why I didn't count him in. I dated a Filipino, and he would try so hard with my mom. Like he was going to be in my quince, because we were like kind of talking, you know, and he would like
cultures are very similar.
So he'd come over, and like my mom would like make us food and stuff, and like agua de sandia. I remember he would always ask for agua de sandia because he loved it. Yeah. And my mom loved that he tried. Like it's just cute to like see the effort, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Which is something we're going to mention later on.
Yeah.
Effort makes a big difference in relationships. I think we should share bad experiences.
100%.
With dating different races.
Yeah.
My first bad experience was during dinner. My boyfriend's parents had mentioned that his grandparents were weird. They said that they're a little weird. They're going to say some things that, may not be nice. And me, naive, thinking, oh, they're just like rude. They're rude old people. What they didn't say is that they were racist, rude old people. And so during dinner, his grandma kept commenting on my appearance, saying things about my skin tone, about my hips, Latin things like that. Wow. Yeah. I know. So interesting. And so having to sit there and take that sucked. It sucked. Like having to put up with racism just because you're dating someone that's not the same race as you. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's experienced it, and I won't be the only one that experiences that, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And I've never experienced that with Julio's family because they're the same race as me.
Wow, your skin tone, your hips.
Families are mixed. But they would never.
Oh my God.
It was really uncomfortable.
I had something similar like that happen to me recently. He was just like one of my friends, and he was going away, and I went over for his like going away party and stuff. And his mom, I don't know why his mom just wanted us to date so bad. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican or what. She loves Mexican people, but the way she would like talk about me, she would be like,
it's a fetish.
Oh yeah, like a fetish. She'd be like, yeah, so and so is like his Mexican friend, and like would look at me and like wink at me like, you're his friend, and I'm like, I am his friend.
You're like,
literally, I'm not gonna marry your son. Your son's not my type. Kidding. Yeah. But it was just awkward because she would like brag about it. Like it was almost like the token
girlfriend,
colored friend. Yeah, that
it's just an icky feeling.
It is. It is an icky feeling.
Yeah, I don't.
It like makes me feel like an outsider almost. Like I didn't feel like an outsider until that moment.
And I think sometimes people don't realize that. Like maybe you say that trying to be inclusive.
Yeah.
And making them feel good about those things, but by pointing those things out, sometimes like, you make people feel less.
Yeah, like I didn't even think about that. Now that's all I think about.
I didn't even know I had olive colored skin. Yeah. Until she said it. I was like, really? Olive?
You're like, I would say I'm a little peachy.
A little pale right now. Yeah, no, right now. Very white.
I only ever talked to a white girl for a little while.
One?
Yeah, just one. And even the thought of like bringing her to my family is like,
it's scary, so right? Yeah, it's like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would go. And I don't feel like I would ever be
comfortable with that.
Yeah, doing that. So
I mean,
I think find me a Mexican.
what I also worry about dating outside of my race is like, are they going to understand like what we go through? Like, let's say I was dating like a white man. I would be worried about like, are you going to see us different or like less than you, or you know,
like your family, or
or like just me. I worry about like me being a fetish, because we know like Latinas are seen at like, oh, she's Latina, spicy, blah blah blah. That's what I worry about with myself. But
have you ever been fetishized?
Not by guys that I've dated, but like, let's say I was at the Eddie or something. I had a guy come up. I had a guy come up to me and he's like, "So what are you, like Spanish or Latina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Mexican." And he was like, "Oh, spicy." And I was like, "Bro, I'm not a flavor. I'm Kaycee."
Like, we can say that.
You can't. It's hot when I call myself spicy, but when you call me spicy, that's a problem.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm worried about. Like, me being fetish shot. How do you say
fetishized? I don't even know if that's a word.
Fetishized. Me being a fetish to someone, and then, or them like seeing my family as less because we do come from humble beginnings. You know, like that's the only thing that I worry about when it comes to interracial dating. Yeah, and also it's just my parents accepting that I'm not like I think for my parents it was hard too, because as parents you want to be able to communicate to your child's significant other. And in those cases, my dad's fine. Like, my dad speaks English, but like my mom, you know, and she's so important to you that you're like, I want that. Yeah. Like, I want you to love them. Yeah. As much as I love them. Yeah. And without the language, you can't, you could get there, I'm sure, but it's just a little harder to get there. Have you seen those TikToks of that guy that lives with his girlfriend? Oh, and he's a white guy. Yes. And he's always like, "Mama." Yeah, like trying to snitch on his girlfriend or something, and it's like so broken, but it's so cute. It's so cute. So I think relationships like that, are gonna last because they're putting in that effort to communicate. Yeah, they're learning the language, they're assimilating to your culture, and it's such a beautiful thing. So I think in order for interracial relationships to last, someone needs to be willing. Yeah, both people need to be willing to put forth that effort. 100%. Because even me, like, I can say like, "Oh, are you going to see my family as less?" I can easily go into like a white household and be judgmental myself. You know, like it goes both ways. Yes. I'm excited for our freaking stories. I know there's so many good ones. Stories. We're not sharing too much about us. Oh, but I did want to mention, like, aside from that moment with that partner, I didn't ever experience anything else that was bad with any of my partners. Like, I think all the guys that I dated were amazing. Were those type of guys that wanted to understand, that wanted to speak the language. And so, yeah, you can date amazing people that outside your race. I've had so the only person that I've dated outside of my race was my boyfriend that I talked about recently. And he is Black. So whenever, I didn't get to meet his family, but whenever we would go out, remember we would tell you, like, I would get so many dirty looks, like, she would, by Black women, and then he would get stared down by Hispanic men. Like, I noticed it so much too, and white men too. Remember the guys at the bar? Yes, like even white guys would like give him dirty looks, and I was like, what is going on? Like one time she was at the bar with him, and they were lucky that I wasn't there because things would have popped off. Because I loved her ex. But they said something very degrading to him. I don't want to. Yeah, let's not say it, because I don't want to. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. No, not at all. It was disgusting. So icky, yeah. It was disgusting, and if they hadn't been an interracial couple, that wouldn't have never happened. You know, and it's like, just because I'm Mexican does not mean I belong to Mexican men. Like, I'm or to white men. Ew, no. The privilege there, baby. Anyone. No. Like, I will date whoever the fuck I want to date. I will, regardless of their ethnicities. Race. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, that's the only negative experience I kind of encountered with that. It was just like a lot of dirty looks, a lot of anywhere we would go, which is crazy that you noticed, because I never like pay attention to people. You know, I didn't notice until I was out in his hometown visiting him, and we were shopping. And like, I caught a girl looking at me weird, and I was like, that was weird, whatever. Yeah. And I caught another girl looking at me weird, and I was like, hold on, do I have something? Is this on? Like, yeah. And then I was like, there's a connection here. And I looked at him and I was like, did you see that? And he's like, no. But then he started noticing it too when I pointed it out, and he was like, yeah, girl, you've been getting stared down a lot. And I'm like, but guys, I'm a minority too.
You do get stared down either way. Remember that time we went to that party?
Chava told that story.
Oh yeah. Then maybe that wasn't.
Girl, I'm just hot. Like, I don't know what to do.
Maybe it's a combination of the two things.
Chava and Kaycee went to a party together, and they were staring Kaycee down while she was with Chava. So maybe people just hate you.
But not. No. We were not together at the moment. I was looking at you, and you were coming towards me.
I was literally walking, doing my own thing, being.
And like they didn't know that she was with me, I don't think.
They didn't even know that he was looking at them. Like, I literally just walked past these group of girls.
She walked by, and I was like, oh, these girls
they were a different race, too.
Just staring you down,
And they were like, I don't know if they were like, why is this Mexican?
Because you walked in like the middle. So there were two on one side, two on the other side. Well, I don't know if that's true. Oh, you walked in the
middle of them?
I don't know if that's true.
They weren't like together.
It was like a, oh,
maybe that. Okay, maybe that's why they looked at you.
Yeah. Well, they gave me a dirt. It wasn't like a.
I do that when people walk in front of me. I'm like, why would you do that?
Well, you can kind of tell.
But it was a hallway.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was like cutting them. Like, it was literally open. It was like a walking space, I was like, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
You want me to walk on the roof or what?
It's because I look good in white, and I was wearing white that day. It's fine. I like doing
my fit.
It was my fit. Honestly, we ended up like talking later that night too. So I was like, you guys are just haters from the beginning. That happens to me a lot though. A lot of people don't like me, and then they get to know me, and they're like, wait, you're actually nice. Or they could be like, yeah, you're fucking cunt. Yeah.
I mean,
goes both ways.
You can't please everyone, and not everyone's gonna like you.
Not everyone can afford a Porsche. There's some people that have. Wait,
Where
I
are you going with?
I was
like, we know us drive Porsches, just so you guys know.
Some people, I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay, we're gonna get into our listener stories. These are saucy, better than our stories.
Yeah, I mean, we have experiences, but not as much as some people do.
Yes. People have different experiences. So this comes from a female listener, and she says, the first guy I dated in college was horrible. He lived on the same floor as me in an academic themed dorm. We both knew we were smart, and that was nice for me. I'm attracted to intelligence, so he fit my general type, and I was attracted to his style.
Cute.
My new friend told me that he was interested in me and wanted my number, so I said yes because I was interested in him too. We hung out in the halls and ended up dating. When we hung out, we would cuddle a lot in his room, we would watch shows, and ask each other a lot of questions. I noticed his phone had a photo of him and a girl piggybacking, and I asked him who that was. He responded with, "It's my cousin who's dying of cancer."
What? I don't like where this is going.
There were other odd things in his room. He wanted me to be physical with him, and I agreed, but we never had sex. During an intimate moment, he called me a hot Latin woman, and that just rubbed me the wrong way.
Ew.
He also told me that his roommates were mean to him and didn't want them to make fun of him for dating, which confused me.
Make fun of him for dating?
Mm-hmm. So with that, he would ask me to quickly sneak into his room.
No, that's so sad.
And she obliged. In one floor meeting, we were sitting next to each other looking cute, and one of my roommates was giving me the dirtiest looks I've ever seen. In our suite where she was living, she called me a slut, homewrecker, and many other mean things. It turns out he had a fiance.
No, a fiance.
Who was a high school senior.
What? Ew.
That was the girl on his wallpaper.
No.
That roommate and him are both white and from a rural part of the U.S. So I was really shocked when she told me he was engaged and called me all these mean names. I decided to text him sweetly, asking him to meet, and told him I wanted to hang out. He was doing laundry, so I went down to the laundry room, and he greeted me sweetly as well. It was clear to other students we were a thing, and so I said something like, "How is your fiance?"
Oh, fuck.
And he just dropped his smile and said, "I was going to tell you today."
Today. Okay. Today.
I broke up with him outside of the hall at a table and said that I can't even fathom spending time with him. Months into the school year, he was kicked out of the hall for threatening his roommates.
He's a mess all around.
She's like, so no clue how he is now or if he's still with that girl. But I felt very gross after finding out and feeling like he used me like some exotic toy. I've dated other white people and they've never made me feel that way. He just made me feel like a big piece of steak. I really felt like I was fetishized.
That's really sad. You know, that reminds me of a time where I was hooking up with a British boy and he was like, no, he wanted me to call him Poppy.
Ew.
And I was like, and I literally was like, I'm done. I literally I was like, get away from me right now. Are you kidding? Like, that's ew. No. I will not be speaking Spanish to you.
I don't really like that. Like when people call each other daddy or mommy, like,
oh, I hate being called mommy.
I don't know.
Mommy.
I'm not anybody's mommy. Ew, you're smiling. Do you call people mommy? No,
it's just
mommy?
Funny. It's just funny.
I like it. Yes,
Chava's like,
yes, I do, mommy.
No, I don't like it. I'm not into it. Because I actually call my dad daddy. So, like, when I say the word daddy, I think maybe my it's just actual dad. What?
Maybe it's just girls with daddy issues that...
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
not all girls call their dad daddies. Like
no, like some people call their dad dad.
Ba or ba.
Yeah.
Not even dad. Like during sex
Papa.
or nothing?
Ew, no.
Nothing like that?
Ew.
No. Being called mommy?
Or daddy?
Ew.
No?
No.
I don't like being called mommy.
You just exposed yourself.
I don't like being called
mommy. No, I'm just saying.
If Julio called me mommy, I would be like,
actually, I'm good.
I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
Find somebody else, buddy. Just kidding.
I don't like mommy.
I'd be like, get out of here, baby.
Ew. No thanks.
All right.
But that was a whole shit show of a situation. There were a couple red flags in there that unfortunately she missed.
The whole picture with the piggyback ride.
But the fact that he had the audacity to say, it's my cousin with cancer.
With cancer.
Oh, really?
You joked about cancer,
you're gonna go there?
Oh.
Disgusting.
And also your fiance's in high school.
Yeah, that's
well,
I just feel like
was he a freshman?
Yeah. So it's just a year difference.
Yeah.
I think that's weird.
That's so weird.
Just feel like we should be older when we get married
in high school.
But in real parts of America, that's common. Yeah, which is maybe it shouldn't be
not
common.
My vibe.
Unless, because divorce rates are high when you're young, you guys, really high. Just look at the statistics.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm so happy that she was able to end it on her terms. The fact
that she called him out in front of everyone.
Absolutely.
I love that for you.
Yeah, you made him look like the loser that he is.
Like a fool.
And he made himself look like the loser by getting kicked out of college. Or at least the dorms.
Yeah, see, that just goes to show that he was already a
mess
of a person to begin with. So
I think in this situation, you absolutely dodged a bullet. So we hope that you are thriving.
Dating all the other men.
Or in a beautiful relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Without crazies like that.
Without boyfriends or guys that have cousins with cancer, but they're actually dating.
They're cousins.
Okay, this next story starts with, what's interesting about being an interracial couple is that people always have questions about it. For example, I'm white and my boyfriend is black. I get questions like, oh, so you like black guys? And not that it matters, but my boyfriend is the only black man I've ever been with. And vice versa. My boyfriend will get questions like, so do you only date white girls? And we've been asked questions like this from people of all races. It doesn't happen regularly, but it's bound to happen at some point for any interracial couple, no matter what the race difference is. I have a friend who's Hispanic and her boyfriend is Asian, and they get similar questions. I think some people don't understand that if you're in an interracial relationship, you don't go out seeking someone who's a different race. Like any other couple, you just find someone you enjoy being with.
I love that. I love that piece. That is it. You don't go looking for someone. You're like, oh my God, I want this race. Let me just go find them. No, you just fall in love. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And she's not falling in love with the outside. Maybe initially she's like, okay, you're hot.
Damn.
You're hot. I'm hot. Let's get together. But at the end of the day, she's falling in love with what's on the inside.
Yeah. Like looks are only going to get you so far.
Yes.
She continues with, I think that most people ask questions like this out of curiosity, not to be insulting, but it can come off as judgmental. I would agree. Luckily, my boyfriend and I have families who have never questioned the racial aspect, which is so sweet. I love that. Of our relationship.
There are some dime families out there.
But there are many people out there whose families don't accept someone in their family to date someone out of their race, which blows my mind. At the end of the day, we're like any other couple. We learn from each other and grow together. My boyfriend and I are in the most healthy relationship either of us have been, and that's all that matters. As a side note, I think whether it's a relationship or friendship, it's a beautiful thing to have people of different races around you. You should learn different lifestyles and perspectives by being around people who are different than you. And selfishly, as a foodie, I love when my friends of different races cook their traditional foods for me. Food is the universal love language. Thanks, ladies. Love the podcast and hope you enjoyed my take on this. I loved it. That was so precious. I know. Yeah. And I love her so much.
I love the last piece that she said, that connecting with people of different ethnicities, different backgrounds is so beneficial because they teach you things that you would have never been taught. Yeah. If you stay in your same circle of people,
you're not growing.
You're not growing. Yeah.
So it's almost like traveling without traveling. Like you get to experience different cultures without.
Which I think is why we love traveling so much, because you get to meet so many people from different backgrounds, different views, and they teach you a little bit
of everything. Yeah. A little bit of their life.
And the food.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the food.
Never. Dude. Oh my God. Love food. Ugh. Like I love when my friends' moms cook for us. Yeah. Because it's authentic.
And even if it's like your mom cooking for me or my mom cooking for you, like it's different. It's different. They add their little own spices. Oh my God. Yeah. That makes me so hungry. I want enchiladas.
I know. I was thinking about lumpia.
Oh my God. Yes. I had it for the first time. So with Felicia. So good.
Oh yeah. She made it.
So good. All of that. And like, dude, I had never had lumpia. That's what it's called. And it's freaking delicious.
It's so good.
Freaking delicious.
So our next story is by a male listener. Ooh. And the story goes, I don't have any specific stories I can tell, but my mom is white and my dad is black. My mom was the first person in her family to date someone who wasn't white, which didn't make her dad or brothers very happy at all. Ever since I was little, I've always had the perspective of two different cultures and what it means to be interracial. I'd say in general, for people who date people who are first generation American, whether they be Mexican, Korean, Nigerian, it's always going to be a huge shift. Mm-hmm. And I think most of how you experience that person comes to whether you're invested long-term or not. Dating interracially is always fun and games until you have to meet their parents. Yeah. And effectively try to build some kind of future with them. That's when you learn the most about them and you quickly realize it all boils down to cultural, traditional values. A black guy dating a white woman may be way easier than a black man dating a Latina. It's wild.
I 100% agree.
And then I asked why. Mm-hmm. I said, do you have experience dating both white women and Hispanic women? And he elaborated. He said, sorry, I didn't mean it's easier to date a Latina versus a white woman. I could have said any race. He's like, that was just an example. What I meant, he said, what I meant is for certain cultures, the assimilation factor makes certain scenarios more easily manageable, depending on the race of the interracial couple. Mm-hmm. I could have used any race as an example. For example, for a white woman, it may be easier to date an Asian man than a black man, depending on where she's from or where she was raised. I think in general, interracial dating is a lot trickier than people realize. Yeah. And he said, but to answer your question, if, for example, a Salvadorian guy takes home a white girl to meet his parents, and maybe his parents' first language is Spanish, when they first meet, it's hard to relate to her or find things in common just from a communication breakdown. It's not a bad thing, but something simple like that could have a big effect on the dynamic of their relationship. And suddenly he's like, damn, I didn't think about that. And then he mentioned, I think it's cultural above all else. It's the little things. And I agree. I think he put it so well.
I love how he described it too.
Yes, because at first I read that and I was like, really? Like dating a Latina would be harder than dating a white woman? Like, I was just curious, like, why is that harder?
I thought that's what he was saying. I thought he had experience with that before.
I thought so too.
And I instantly thought, like, language. Like, I instantly was like, oh, maybe like the language barrier was harder for him. But
or the cultural values. I don't know. But he elaborated and it made sense. It made sense.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, you're so right. So I do think he brought a really good perspective because people don't think about those things sometimes when you're just dating. You forget
because those are things that you usually don't have to think about, you know?
You forget that this person comes with other people and those other people may not be just like you. And so you have to navigate how to get along with all of them because those people are her people and they're important people.
Preach it. I like it. I never thought about it like that way either. I mean, I've dated interracially, but I felt like I've never felt like it goes that deep. Like I would have to relate that deep.
I think maybe for us, it's been easier since we haven't been the ones who have had to assimilate to a culture. Like it's been easy for me to date interracially because I speak English and I speak Spanish.
You can connect with anyone.
Communicate. Yeah. But for people that don't have that, it's harder for them to fit in. And so I do wonder like, oh, if when maybe like the white guy's dating my family or
dating my family
had some tough experiences with my family. It works both ways.
Yeah. And I think it goes like it shows you who actually wants to try to be with you when they actually make the effort. Okay, this is it our last story? No, it's almost our last story.
Yes. Our last story is just a couple sentences.
So this one starts with, so I dated a black man for about 2 years. My family has made remarks about him and encouraged stereotypes as far as not being able to swim and talking white. I know, it's bad. But we ended up breaking up and I ended up dating another black man. However, they looked nothing alike. I shared this news with my family before I took him to our Thanksgiving dinner. But I guess that piece of information was forgotten by every single family member because he was welcomed by the name of my ex in every conversation. It was so embarrassing. I'm like secondhand embarrassment.
It's awful.
It makes me feel so uncomfortable.
How are you guys so blind?
It is also a common theme for my friends to introduce me to black men because I've dated black men in the past. It's so annoying and kind of an insult to me and people of color. Just because they're similar of race to my ex doesn't mean I will be attracted to them. That's called fetishizing. There we go. And I do not do that. That makes me really sad. The whole name thing, that just like blows my mind. I can't imagine walking into a dinner being called
somebody else's name just because we're above anything Hispanic. Yeah. Because
that breaks my heart.
Like if they looked similar, I would understand. But she clearly said they are two distinct,
and she said they don't look alike at all.
And they don't look alike. Yeah. So where was the confusion? But she also mentioned her family is racist.
Oh my god!
And so it's very icky.
Like the whole talking white and like being able to swim. Like that's so
racist.
Yeah.
Racist. Yeah. And so maybe you guys should look outside your four walls and
maybe listen to a podcast. Yourself. Hey, I have a podcast for you. Black History for White People. Listen to that. Good. Or I think that would be great for you.
Yeah.
That makes me really sad. And I mean, the whole like your friends introducing you to other black men, I feel like that's like a little bit of slap to the face, but I can see like when Jenny's like trying to like, you know, look for. Jenny brings me all races. She's like, I think you'd be perfect for this guy. I think you'd be perfect. I'm like, for this
try
guy.
all the flavors.
Yeah.
Well, because I think
you have to.
At the end of the day, you're gonna fall in love with the person. Like
they can
the
look
inside,
a certain way.
Yeah.
But,
if I think they're a nice person, I'm like, you might love them.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance. But sometimes Kaycee's like, they're not my type.
I know. I am very much hard. I'm hard-headed. I'm very hard-headed.
Give them
like,
a chance.
That's not what I like.
Yeah.
But then the guys.
But I'm very different. I'm the opposite. I'm all about personality, and looks again mean nothing. Race too. I've dated a wide range.
I made an exception this last time though. That it was not my usual type.
Oh yeah, but it didn't go well.
And you know,
you let me know when are you ready for a real Mexican. I'm really here.
Chava's still ready. Okay, so I don't know if you guys follow. I mean, you guys follow me on Instagram, but I don't know if our listeners do. But I posted this like cute TikTok of this couple dancing to Mexican music. I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready for a boyfriend, novio de rancho. And Chava goes, "Oh, you're ready?" He's like, "Let me know when you're ready for a Mexican boyfriend, Kaycee."
Chava's like, that could be me.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting.
Hey, who knows? Maybe in a couple of years we'll be married. I'll be like, I was so silly, not
and
like giving you a shot.
Here.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'll let him go.
Or maybe I'll be happily married to someone else, and I won't think about you.
Or not.
Or not.
Or you'll be with someone else.
Yeah.
Hey,
goes both ways.
You never know. You never know.
I love it. Okay, well, our last story is just a cute little one I just wanted to include because it's precious. This is coming from a female listener, and she said, I am Mexican, married to a white man who absolutely loves Mexican culture.
Oh, I love that.
In the last 5 years, he has learned how to make intricate Mexican food, such as birria, enchiladas, suizas, all from scratch.
He's learned to make this?
Yeah, for her.
Stop it.
And for him too, because he loves Mexican food.
Stop it.
Probably.
A man that will cook for me? Are you kidding me?
But the food that you want also.
Yeah. And it's good.
It's food that takes a long time.
Food. It's food.
Again, this is the second time I'm going to rap.
She's Spanish. Sorry guys,
it all goes back to that. Spanish. If you guys want to bully them outside of here because they're bullying me, I would absolutely.
Dude, I already get bullied, Jenny.
Bully her a little more. But so this is super cute. She said, when we first met, he asked me, "¿Cuánto por las nalgas?"
Dude, can you imagine a white man coming up to you and saying "¿Cuánto por las nalgas"? I'd be like.
And translate for people that don't know what that is.
"Cuánto por las nalgas" is like, how much for that ass? So he's like, what's good, baby, is what he's saying. He's coming in hot.
But he thought, because somebody probably fooled him and told him this. So somebody was pranking him.
No.
He thought it meant, I'm free anytime this week.
No.
Can
you imagine?
But so someone, but you already know one of his Mexican friends told him that to make him look like a fool.
That's mean.
And so how did she react? She said, "Clearly I was, because now he gets them for free."
Yes, girlfriend. I love that. I love that.
So they're like the most precious couple. It's really cute.
I love this. This is one of my friends. That makes my heart so happy. Yeah.
It's so funny. So like, what a good story to end on, because that's just great.
Can you imagine they're gonna tell their kids like, your dad came up to me and asked me how much for that ass, like how much for those cheeks, boo?
And she said,
for you,
free.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna pay you to take these cheeks.
I'll take my payment in enchiladas.
Yeah. Thank you. The fact that he cooks for her too,
isn't? Yeah,
dude. Oh my god. If I had
so love is out there. Dating interracially doesn't have to always be hard.
There's so much beauty to it too.
Yes. I think you learn so much about different cultures. One of the guys that I dated, their favorite thing was the meals. Mm-hmm. My mom is a great cook. Yeah. Not me so much, but my mom is.
Yeah, you're like my mom.
And so they loved that. So if you date interracially, you can
take benefit of the food.
Taste the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's
guys,
it. That's it.
Thanks for joining us today.
And please don't forget to use our codes. What's our Pantheon code, Kaycee?
Pantheon is SSP10, and they are dropping new items. They dropped some last week, and I'm sure there will be another drop
coming
soon for the spring. So keep your eyes peeled, but use SSB10 to get 10% off at checkout. And if they still have their sale going on, you can use that on top
of the sale. So deals on top of deals, you guys. And then if you're trying to get fit and fabulous for the summer.
Aren't we all?
Yes. Kaycee and I are on that fitness grind.
Yes, 100%. You see
the guns.
You see these guns. Hide your girlfriends, like I said.
But you can use our code Socially Selective Pod for 50% off your first meal plan at Dero Meal Prep or Socially Selective Podcast for 10% off your purchase.
Yes.
So support us and
let us support you with these discounts.
Yes. We love you.
And we will see you next week.
Yes.
Love you guys.
I forgot to say my cuñado's wife, my sister's.
Oh, Chava.